Hey guys, welcome to this edition of Adventures in Malibu and Dad, guys. Today I got a special treat for you. We're at Jamestown. It's the original site. This is where it all started, guys. So let's take a look, have some fun, and see what we see. So come on aboard.
We're glad to share the places and the people that we'll meet. Think of the memories we'll have. Exploring hidden history, it's time to hop aboard on the road with Malibu and Dad. On the road with Malibu and Dad.
Alright guys, so after you leave the visitor center, it's a long bridge because you got some marshy land here. Jamestown was, you know, on the edge of the river and the waterway here. You can see the actual fort to the right. And here's a big giant pillar here in the center. It's a brisky day, beautiful day. A little chilly, not too bad. But wow, it's hard to believe we're in a historic Jamestown here in Virginia. Look at that monument, guys. That is amazing. I really love the way they did it back in the colonial days. The old fencing like this. Reminds me a lot of Appomattox too. And when they had the Civil War, they still built the fencing a lot like this. Just piled up pieces of lumber, but made for good fencing. And look at this monument I've been telling you about here. I guess this is the marker spot where it all started. Wow, it sure is pretty, guys. It says Virginia Company of London, chartered April 1606, founded Jamestown and sustained Virginia 1607 and 1624. It's a big monument. It's kind of letting you know. Wow. All right, guys, so these are some of the ruins from 1600 Jamestown. Not much left here, as you can see. Some small walls. We're talking 1600. There ain't a whole lot left about from the 1600s, is there? Maybe an entryway. So looking at history right here, guys, look at that. So here they talk about the climate being very harsh, very cold, and then very hot in the summertime. So like I said, harking a lot on how tough it was here for the colonists. Alright guys, so look at the trees. You know, I always say on my videos, there's got to be a cemetery close by. Look at these creepy trees. Look how pretty. All kidding aside, I mean, Jamestown, the colony. Kind of sad to hear the story and the history of some of the hardships, but you know, that was life back then. And that's some mansion ruins. We'll head over there. You see some more ruins back here. Yeah, I can't even imagine some of the hardships. We take for granted a lot of things that we have. But you know, back then they didn't have 911, they didn't have fire departments or cops. They didn't have the government feeding them. Man, it was all hands on deck. You survived or you died. And that was just the reality of life back then. And we're just so spoiled as Americans, we don't even get it. And these guys were the pioneers, the very first. And they paved the way for us, which is really neat. All Alright guys, so this was the Ambler House. The Ambler House was built by the Ambler family in the 1750s as the centerpiece of a fine plantation estate. A refined Georgian style home, it was comparable to the elegant George Wythe House in Williamsburg. The house was burned in 2 wars, and after the third fire in 1895 was abandoned. What a shame. That must have been a grand home at one time, for sure. Wow. It's big to today's standards. You can see the second floor there because there's like a fireplace. That's amazing. But you know, we're talking 1750s here, guys. That's a long time ago. I guess we should be lucky to even have this much of the house left. Part of history. All right, so you can kind of see where the old mansion was. They talked a lot about oysters being a big part of the Chesapeake Bay. How oysters were helped to make lime, and lime was used on the bricks to make the bricks and mortar and find things in these homes. So oysters are a big part of the whole settlement and how they lived. You know, it was very harsh. They found ways to survive, guys. Here's the old road led through the town, still here. And you can see it's just still pretty prominent after all these years. There's some more buildings back there. Kind of neat to see an archaeological site like this and still find so much from way back then. I'm grateful to people who study history and really dig into stuff like this. Because here it's unfolding in front of your eyes. You can see history, and just amazing. I read about this in books as a kid, about Jamestown and first settlers. Now to be here, have you guys here with us from the channel is really exciting. Hope you guys are enjoying this tour. I know I am. Just super neat. I know Malibu's having a good time with Mama walking around as we walk through history together here on Adventures of Malibu and Dad. Look at this right here, guys. That's amazing. Oh my God, look at the face on the bottom of this. I want to show this to you. I think Mama's getting some pictures of it. Look at that face on this tree. Looks like a crooked mouth. Look at this thing. Is that amazing or what? What a cool tree. Look at that knot right there. That's been around for a bunch of long years. Wow, it's almost like hollowed out. So neat. Alright guys, can you imagine yourself back in the 1600s crossing this bridge right here? You can almost see them walking through here. They're calling this over to their houses over there. The original roadway too. It's like Mom and Malibu are doing. Got a little dig site going right here, guys. A little bit of history.
Yeah, just I'll read it when I get a chance. I'll just...
Started in 1639. Of course, some of it has been renovated. Guys, look at this crazy grave here. Look at that skull with crossbones, kind of like horns on there. 1699 is what I see on here, guys. Probably one of the oldest graves I've ever seen on our channel. It's been an amazing cemetery here. So the grave here, guys, pretty amazing. Is in memory of the Honorable William Lee, son of Colonel Thomas Lee and Hannah Lidwell, his wife. He was born at Stratford Hall, Westmoreland County, Virginia, August 31st, 1739, and died at Green Spring, James City, County, Virginia, June 27, 1795. He was the only American ever elected an alderman of London, where he also served as sheriff He sacrificed these honors in large mercantile business to follow the fortunes of the native country in the struggle for independence. One of our first forefathers, guys, here. That's amazing. Crazy history. The different tombstones here tells you all the different history of all the famous people known and unknown here. By far some of the oldest cemetery I've ever filmed for our channel. And this is the Jamestown Memorial Church. Now it's a National Historical Site. Let's go inside, guys. Look at the store. How amazing. Of course, a lot of this is redone. Showing you what the original walls were. And if you look right here, guys, here's the actual floor of the church. It's still preserved. Looks like somebody in armor or something. That's the amazing true Sir George Yardley. Was buried here. Wow. So much history here, guys. Alright, guys, so here's some of the original structure here below the glass. This is a common law plaque here. Look outside here in the front of the church, guys. Find some of the old structures on the floor. So there's a lot of archaeological stuff here. So it's cellar kitchen. Look at this, they're doing a dig here, guys. Pretty amazing. Alright guys, so that picture there, here's the grave site. The 4 most important people here in the colony. These are probably some of the oldest graves. One was a reverend, a soldier, a couple others, two others there. Some of the original structure here. It's really old. And there were their graves. And that's who they were, guys. Reverend Robert Hunt, 1569 to 1608. Sir Fernando Weinman, 1576 to 1610. Captain Gabriel Archer, 1575 to 1609. And Captain William West. They're buried right there, guys. It's pretty amazing. Tribute, guys, to Captain John Smith, Governor of Virginia, 1608. This is an overview from Jamestown. Just kind of showing you what the security perimeter looked like back in the old colony. These old fences they put together. Wow, pretty wood pegs holding it all together. You know, you had to have a fortress, something to secure yourself when you're in this new colony. They showing you how they built some of the structures too. Just amazing. This is how we all started. I'm just in awe of being here, guys. I'm glad you guys are here with me. See all this. 1600. Unbelievable. Guys, and this is a scaled model of the James Fort may have looked like. There's a church right there, guys. You can see it right there. Well, that's the structure right here. And the rest of the fort. What it looked like back then. Pretty cool. So we're kind of staying in the middle of the original colony. It's kind of neat, guys. 1607 burials. There seems to be a lot of graves here. Right in this particular site that they excavated. From 1611. Wow. Alright guys, probably one of the most famous graves here. They did the archaeology. It was the burial of an European man. Estimated age to be mid-30s, interred with a captain's landing staff. This is likely the grave of Captain Bartholomew Gosnold, the prime moving force behind the plantation here at Jamestown. It's amazing, guys, right here. One of the very first captains and the moving force of this entire thing. It's almost like the grandfather for America right here, guys. So we're entering from the back side here. Just want to show you a different approach to the fort. I'm glad they preserved this, guys. There's so much history here. Stories behind stories we don't even know yet. Just some of the stuff I've read has just been amazing. I mean, these guys left fortunes behind. Endured all kinds of horrors and tough life. You know, this gravesite here alone, out of the 111 that first came, only 38 survived. I mean, that's a big death rate. But, part of our American history. This is what started it all, guys. Thank God for the explorers and the adventurers like yourself. Here's what a blacksmith shop would look like back in the day. See the big bellow back there. Look at that. Pretty cool. All right, guys, walking along the side of the church here. I'm going over here to the old structure. Here's a marker showing this is the very first colony. Look at this here, guys. Little cannon here showing where the fortification was, showing one of the actual cannons. This is restored right here. Alright guys, well this is Jamestown at a quick glance. Absolutely amazing. Just kind of surreal, you know, touching with history and where it all started for us as this American colony here, early 1600s. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been a great adventure, guys. Thanks for coming along. For me and Malibu and Mom, thank you for always subscribing and tell your friends about us, guys. We just love bringing you along. Love you. Hope you're having a safe and great day. And till our next adventure, guys, I'm signing off on this one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.